Hi everyone, my name is Milena, and this is the first time recording myself speaking and posting this on internet. And I feel a bit strange, but I hope you will find this video interesting. My window is open and I have a playground nearby, so sometimes you can hear some screaming, shouting. But anyway, in this video, I would like to share a list of my favorite books and novels, and the list has no any particular order. So without further ado, let's get to the list. And the first book that I have is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. And this book explores theme of love, marriage, social classes in the 19th century England. I really enjoy the sharp social commentary that is wrapped somehow in the elegant prose. And I really appreciate that Jane Austen is able to create such a clever remarks in clever but also very funny in her books. Mm, and I think most of us know the story between Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy. But the most important fact is that the feeling that the books gave me. I remember when I was 16 and I read the book that as the first time. Um, I actually felt like I was sitting on the bench in English countryside, having my cup of tea, reading this book, and just relax. That was the feeling that I had, and I really like the book. And this book actually made me realize that I really enjoy reading classics. So yeah, another book that I have is Sense and Sensibility, written by Jane Austen as well. And this story actually revolves around Dashwood household, especially it shows the relation and different approaches of two sisters, Eleanor and Marianne. I believe I read the story like 10 years ago, and I don't remember everything fully in detail. But basically, I really liked how Jane Austen contrast those two figures. I think she just shows not only that love is so important, that marriage is so important, but she actually creates that the sisterhood and the different perspective are so beautiful, and you can follow your path no matter what. You can love in the way that you think is okay. um I try to make the list and the explanation of this book as short as it possible because I don't want that video to be that long. So I try to be quick and fast and just not to talk too much. But yeah, I really highly recommend this book, and I think actually Sense and Sensibility is the best book of Jane Austen. I believe it's better than Pride and Prejudice, Persuasion. Yeah. So third book that I have on my list is 1984 by George Orwell. However, I don't have this book physically with me. But basically is a vision of dystopian world in which Big Brother controls everything. And we also have the character of Winston Smith, who secretly wants to be rebellion and to have his freedom. I really think this is the most powerful book, and shows how manipulation can be such a dangerous tool, especially if in the hands of bad people. And I really recommend this book because it's the classic one. Yeah. And the last book that is on my list is No Country for Old Men. And I don't have this book physically with me again, but I think it's a really interesting psychological book. I actually watched a movie film adaptation first, and in my literature classes we were talking about the author Cormac McCartney, and I had no clue that he wrote that book. And when I find out, I was like, okay, I think I need to read this book. And yes, I was impressed how simple, somehow minimalistic it is, but it has such a psychological depth. It's basically a story about, it's like a dangerous cat and mouse chase. Mm, and yeah, I think it has really interesting structure. I don't know how to explain it, but Cormac McCartney has his own style, of course, but I think that also he has like the ability to create empty space, empty room. It's like a metaphor, but I don't know how to visualize or to explain you. But you have to read this book to know what I mean. I'm sorry for any noises that I have here. It's getting louder and louder, so I should stop here. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the video.